Afternoon, Pisces. I'm here to give you a read straight from the hip with lots of lip, and we are going to be doing something we haven't done in a while. The weather hasn't allowed it, but I'm getting back to it, because it's really where my energy thrives when I'm out on the beat of the street. We are looking at just the general atmosphere around you, what's coming in for you. This is a timeless read, all right? So whenever you find it, the message is coming in for you, You're getting the download at that time. You'll start to see these energies play out in your life when you're guided to tune into this, all right? This is for any strong placements. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, Mercury, Mars, or a loaded 12th house, 3 or more planets, a stellium in that 12th house, or a significant placement in the 12th house like one of the ones I just mentioned, all right? Tune into your intuition when receiving these reads, as always, though I don't need to tell you that, Pisces. You're used to operating in that terrain. I definitely feel like your high priestess energy is very front and center right now. I feel like there's an interesting component of your high priestess energy forward right now, though, Pisces. To me, it feels a bit like burnout, It feels like you're just kind of tired of feeling all the energy and the atmosphere. You're kind of over everybody's sort of dumping their energy onto you. You're trying to stay focused and centered on yourself right now, just really preserving your own energy, as well as pouring energy into what really fulfills you, what gives you a sense of gratification, I really feel like you're wanting to be in that space of personal gratification right now. The energy is more directed inward toward yourself as opposed to outward caring for others, which is a little bit different for the Pisces archetype, but I feel like you're moving into that energy of the high priestess where she eats the pomegranate seeds so she can hang out in the underworld for a bit. I feel like you got a lot of kind of intense emotions that are brewing. I feel like there's a little bit of a storm bubbling beneath the surface, and it has everything to do with stuff that you had to kind of tamp down and keep suppressed because you were just trying to tend to the day-to-day. There's been like one thing after another coming up, one crisis after another, one kind of drama after another around you, and yet having nothing to do with you, and yet these things have kind of come onto your path to sort of thwart you, move you off your course. We're doing a wild card read, a true wild card read. Anything can happen, all right? We're out here on these streets. We got that 7 of Spades energy. I'm telling you, Pisces, you're in a space where you feel like, I ain't letting anybody steal my time anymore. That's what I feel like it really comes down to at the end of the day. It's like you're recognizing the way that you kind of tripped yourself up on your path. Like you could have been a lot further progressed along the road you're on right now, where you're looking ahead, if you wouldn't have allowed so many people to just sort of suck up your time and energy. And I think, you had to acknowledge that you made some kind of agreement with that energy that allowed it to sort of hold you back. And maybe you subconsciously held yourself back because you can feel what's brewing for you now. You can feel what you're being asked to step into, like the full potential of it. At times, it may feel a little overwhelming to you. It might require you to make some moves that, they can be challenging, but I really feel like at the end of the day, that this is a challenge you need to rise to. I feel like there's some action you're preparing to take. It's something you've been sitting on for a while. There's been a big emotional process through it. I think also through this process of just figuring out what is that next step, what is that action I need to take. You had a lot of things revealed to you in your situation that, you intuited. You had a sense that that's what was going on, but you got actual confirmation, It's sort of like people have been revealing their hands, and now that you have the like final stamp of like, yes, this is verified, this is what the situation is, now you feel like you have more clarity about the moves you need to make. Let's see what is coming in for you. All right, got one card out. I'm gonna have to be a little careful here because, you know, there is a little bit of a breeze. That is part of the wild card element. We had a few cards come out in this past, so let's see what we got going on here. I'm gonna have to be careful about how I hold these cards so I don't have them flying out everywhere. All right, we have a Queen of Clubs, fire sign energy. That's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. We have a King of Hearts, water sign energy. That would be Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. That's your energy. And we have an Ace of Wands in reverse. Okay, Ace of Clubs, Ace of Wands. You know, when it's a club, it packs a little bit more punch, okay? You know, when you take that action, it's got a little bit more of a thud to it, right? Think of the force of a club in comparison to a wand. It's a whole different matter, right? So I feel like there's a decision you made to hold back on taking an action, and it had something to do with, I feel like an approach, an emotional offer that came your way. Could have been from a fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They might also have a strong water placement in their chart, but I feel like this was a case where they were making some kind of emotional offer to you. And there's something about this offer that didn't feel right to you. You decided to back away from this. You pulled your energy out of this situation. I'm really feeling that strongly. You pulled your energy out of this situation, or this fire sign pulled their energy out of the situation. One way or another, there was a very strong action taken. And there wasn't this beginning, this like jump off point that you thought that there would be. And because of this, it's sort of like the absence of taking that action, you know, of there not being the follow through of taking the action. It's almost like it puts an exclamation point on your situation. That's what I get. It's like that club is just like, it like bonked you over the head. It made you realize, like, why have I been sitting here holding heart space for this thing, holding emotional space for this thing that, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, it's just all talk. There's no follow through. There's no action. There's like an impotency here. Okay, I don't know. That could be a piece for some of you. Like maybe somebody talked a good game, and then when it really got down to it, it was sort of like, wah, wah. This kind of energy in play. We also see a Queen of Diamonds in the mix, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. All right. You could also have a strong Earth sign placement in your chart. This is a possibility. You could also have a strong Earth sign placement in the house of Pisces. All right. That could be factoring in as well. This is very much like that North Node Taurus energy. I feel like you really understand your value. You understand your worth. I think you pulled yourself out of situations, connections, dynamics that really weren't recognizing your contribution or the way that you were showing up and investing energy, pouring your energy into this person. I feel like you're taking all that goodness back. You're taking all that juju back. You're really pouring it into yourself. You're investing in yourself. I think this is wise because I think at the end of the day, you just realize like the heart wasn't in it. Look at this, you know, this Ace of Hearts in reverse, and it's also coming up in the shadow, you know, and we know you really had to bring your light forward to address this situation. You might have also had somebody that's strong Earth sign placement has been helpful for you in this. Maybe somebody that, you know, has really had your back and they've reminded you of who you are, you know, your worth, your value. I think you were dealing with some real kind of player energy, you know, with this Jack of Clubs coming up in the shadow. Again, it's that piece of like talking a good game, but no follow through. Yeah, making this offer. Oh, I got you, you know, just hold on. I'm going to bring this forward for you with this Ace of Diamonds. Only it never pans out, or it's a compromising arrangement. I also feel like you got to the point where you realize if I don't exercise, you know, my power, stand on what I know my worth is, and I don't take measures to block this energy, keep this energy away from me, it's going to block my blessings. It's going to be an obstacle on my path. And I think that you're in a position where you're about to embark in a brand new direction. And a lot of this has to do with your earnings. It's like something that you're building for yourself. A lot of you are pouring your energy into some kind of special business project. It's something different than you've ever done before. And maybe at first glance, it seems like, ooh, this is kind of risky because I don't really know if this is a wise investment. I feel like the direction that you're exploring is kind of unconventional, all right? And it requires somewhat of a leap of faith. It's really trusting that this idea that you've recently been inspired by has potential, that there's something there that will grow into the solvency that you build your future upon. And I think you have every reason to believe that. But there's a lot of things that can happen, people can sometimes have a hard time with your come up, don't underestimate the way that people can create dramas, they can create distractions, they can try to plug into your energy, put their nose into your business. It's all to pull your energy away from your true focus. Now, some of that has to do with their own personal insecurity. If you come up, then it only highlights the way that they're kind of staying behind, right? It's evident, Pisces, that you're choosing growth and that you've outgrown some situations and connections in your life, But I think follow your heart for sure. Ace of Hearts, coming up in the light by you choosing yourself. It's very much like that Ace of Cups kind of energy. By you choosing yourself, everything that's been missing, all of that good juju that just nourishes you down to your soul, that water element that really makes you feel like you're really holding your essence and in a very full, lush, overflowing way that's spilling over into your life and just watering all the growth that you want to come in. It's just such a beautiful thing, Pisces. And this also might have something to do with your words, the written word, something that involves you putting your voice out there more, actually having some kind of platform or some kind of visibility for some of you. For some of you, there's a very creative aspect to what you're doing. And by putting your energy into this, it's sort of like you're moving into that Empress archetype of birthing your new reality into being. And it starts by first pouring into you. It's like when you're full, Pisces, and you're in your element, you're in your essence, you're in your true essential nature, that's when you are of most benefit to the collective, because it's that place of that wisdom, that high priestess energy, the balance between the polarities of shadow and light, and being able to be in that center balancing point of clear judgment, wisdom, knowing the way forward, 1313 on the clock, very much in your power, in your essence, that you really support others in breaking free from their codependency on you to kind of let them ride your coattails, okay, with this Four of Hearts coming up in the shadow. I feel like, it was about you being in alignment with the wrong people in the past with this Four of Clubs. And you really had to look at the imbalance between the give and take in these situations with the Two of Diamonds. And when you did that, you realized, I got to come back into my energy. I got to come back into my heart. I have to do what fills me, what gives me joy, what gives me happiness. And we see as soon as you move into your own energy, look at this beautiful Jack of Hearts moving forward, okay? And this is what brings you big, big blessing and manifestation with that 10 of Diamonds, all right? This is like jackpot energy, all right? Looks really good to me, jackpot energy. It's all about cutting off what you know was draining you, distracting you, and really dialing your focus in. Let's see what the top of the deck has to say. Yeah, I think you got illuminated about some betrayal around you, somebody was doing you dirty. Somebody was trying to run off with something that wasn't theirs, It wasn't for them to claim credit of. I don't know if maybe somebody has been trying to take credit for your work or has been using you in some kind of way where maybe you were really the foundation of launching a project, and they've kind of just used the momentum you built to get themselves a leg up. It's kind of got this energy, but either way, I feel like on some level you feel ripped off, you feel ripped off. And I feel the biggest way you feel ripped off is just like your time, your energy. But there's this piece of like not staying stuck there. Like, I think you recognize it's pointless to stay in this space of looking back at the time that was wasted. And now it's all about, okay, well, how do I work with this energy now? Yeah, and we got here, Queen of Spades coming up in the light. That's air sign collective, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is about really being in that balancing point. It's about understanding the weight of our actions. I'm being called to think of the change of the nodes, the South Node of Scorpio into Libra. I think you understand that, how I move and the people I affiliate myself with, the people I join forces with, build energy with, create a vision with, it's imperative. It's imperative because, I want to make sure that my side of the street is clean and that my visions are manifesting, that the things I want to bring into being, that they're coming into being through a very clear channel. I don't want distortions there. I don't want to take on anybody else's karma. I don't want to put myself in a compromising position. And I think it's really about you just like cutting off what could potentially thwart that for you, all right? There was a lot of disappointment here, all right, with the Five of Hearts in the shadow. I do feel like you wanted to see the best in people. You wanted to believe the best in people. Even though you had that like nagging feeling inside, sometimes it's like, we know what we know when we know it, but we don't want to acknowledge it. And so I feel like there was a piece of you that was just so disappointed. Like I knew it, but I didn't really want it to be that way. And I think that's taken some time for you to sort of move through just the disappointment of that sense of loss. But I know that there's something on the other side for you. There's something that got cleared out of your path that was holding you back. And I think it's still at that point where it's sort of gestating. It hasn't really broken ground yet, so you can't see it yet. But there's some kind of wild card energy in the mix for you here, Joker, This is sort of like Dharma at play. It's like that wheel of fortune, it's spinning wildly. You never know. Is it gonna have you on the upswing or the downside, But I think you took a gamble. You took a gamble to sort of like cut the cord on something you poured a lot of time and energy in. You chose to listen to your own inner directive, your own intuitive prompting, just like where you were feeling like, I got to do this, even if it doesn't make sense, or even if I don't want to let this go, or no matter what attachments or associations I've had with it in the past, I know that where I'm going now, this isn't part of it. And it's because you took this leap of faith that there's like some kind of divine humor in play. It's sort of like when you see your come up, when you see what you're going to land in once we hit July and the changing of those nodes of destiny, you're going to be so grateful. And you're also going to see the other side of that, okay? Where maybe people thought they pulled one over on you, or maybe you felt a little foolish because you gave somebody a chance, or you chose to believe what they told you instead of really sinking into the truth of your intuition. I think that you're gonna get an opportunity to kind of have your little moment of self-gratification, that little chuckle of, well, that's the way it goes. When you move that way, you are going to see those tables turn. You will see the balancing of the scales, and where there's been inequities, I think you're going to find it really works out in your favor. And in fact, I feel like there's some kind of surprise coming your way. It's something that delights you. It fills you with a sense of joy. This is a gift. It's like a gift from the universe, and it's a new beginning for you. It makes something that you thought, I don't know how to pull this together. I don't know how to make this happen. Suddenly, it's all possible for you. And this could have to do with an air sign energy approaching you. We do see these are counterpoints, okay? So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, be on the lookout for this. It looks like there's somebody coming in, they get you, they understand what you're about, and maybe it's the two of you partnering your energy. Strong air sign placement in there somewhere. By you two partnering your energies, you make something incredible happen, and this opens up a whole new direction for your life that wouldn't have been possible before if your energy had remained fragmented or distracted. Okay, let's do a cut of the deck energy here. I love it because cut of the deck, you're also moving into the light, and we got the 4 of Spades. So really, right now, it's just about you taking the time to rest, relax, restore, let go, and trust, all right? Because your time is coming with that King of Diamonds energy. You are definitely moving into a place of prosperity and abundance and actual tangible results for really redirecting your energy in the right direction, all right? Go for it. Go for that wild dream. Don't lose sight of it. You're going to be so delighted with the way it turns out.